All right, guys, welcome back. We're talking about Qualtrics again today. I talked to you about them a couple of weeks ago. The exciting news is that their IPO will take place this week. We're going to talk about the updated price, and I'll give you some more information about the company, as well as some of the community work that they're doing. Stay tuned. All right, just a quick recap about Qualtrics. They're going to be going public on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol XM. XM stands for Experience Management. They do it through surveys. You'll want to look back at my previous video so that you can understand that a little bit. But they do it through 6 areas that a company would be concentrating on. Through design, through customer satisfaction, through products. They concentrate some of their surveys on employees. They help companies develop their brands. And they also provide expert design programs that they call white glove implementation and management through their Qualtrics XM services. You'll recall that this is a company that started in the early 2000s. They started working out of their basement. After a few years, they had about 1,000 customers, and that has just progressed so well over time. In 2018, they were looking at going public. In fact, they were just days away from an IPO when SAP stepped in and decided to buy the company. They bought it for $8 billion. At the time, people thought SAP was paying way overpriced for this company. However, just 2 years later, they're spinning off Qualtrics. SAP will still maintain 80% of the company, and the valuation now is over $14 billion. So in 2 years, they've gone from $8 billion to over $14 billion in valuation. This company is growing rapidly. They're not well known either. I think this IPO could sneak a little bit under the radar. However, I think once people realize what this company does and how quickly they're growing, their share price is going to quickly shoot up. So this is one to try to look to get into early. This is just a graphic showing the type of growth that I'm talking about. This is from their original SEC1 filing back in December of 2020, showing the 30+% growth that this company is experiencing right now. This company's product is trusted by over 12,000 brands and 75% of the Fortune 100. If you look at their website, you're going to see numerous companies that you will recognize that are using Qualtrics to help improve their products and make their customers satisfied. Also, if you look at the press releases that they have had recently, you're going to see a whole bunch more of companies that are joining Qualtrics for their experience management. Country Music Association, Vision Express, BBC Media, Singapore Life, Cloudflare, Prologis, Vera Whole Health, Cetera Financial Group, Kazoo, Stepstone, Invitae, Portland Trailblazers, Teladoc, NetSmart, Patreon, you name it. These guys are signing up companies right and left because of their expertise in experience management for customers, employees, and for businesses. Now, just today, Qualtrics filed an updated S-1A with the SEC, January 25th, 2021. The original price of this Qualtrics stock was estimated to go between $20 and $24 a share back in December. Last week, they were talking about more in the range of $22 to $26. If we look closer into their updated S-1A that just came out today, we'll see that the new price per share is $27 to $29. If we were to take the median price of $28 per share, you're looking at a little more than $1.4 billion. If we take the maximum price of $29 per share, we're looking at close to $1.7 billion that they're going to raise from this IPO. Now, I want to let you know about some of the community work that Qualtrics is doing. So they established a foundation called Five for the Fight. You may have seen it on the Utah Jazz NBA basketball team jerseys and wondered, what in the world is that? Well, the backstory behind this is, of course, that Ryan Smith's father had cancer when he was in the initial stages of developing this survey company. His father recovered from cancer thanks in part to the folks at the Huntsman Cancer Center near the University of Utah. Qualtrics in 2008 invited the Huntsman people to come down to Qualtrics, and they said, hey, you're going to be our foundation. The Huntsman Cancer Center gave them this nice presentation, but Qualtrics says, we don't really have that much money right now, but when we do, we're going to donate to you. Well, eventually, when the money started rolling in, they started donating some of that to the Huntsman Cancer Center. When the NBA decided to put logos on jerseys, the Jazz sent Qualtrics a jersey with the Qualtrics logo on it. Man, they thought that looked fantastic. But Ryan Smith, who had already created Five for the Fight, had a better thought. He thought, what if we put Five for the Fight on the Utah Jazz jersey? Now, that's quite a sacrifice. As I mentioned, Qualtrics kind of flies under the radar in terms of the vast public knowing who they are. Certainly, all those businesses who use them definitely know who they are. But he was willing to make that sacrifice to aid his foundation. So the Five for the Fight logo went on the Utah Jazz jersey. What Five for the Fight means is they are hoping that everyone will donate $5 to the fight for cancer. The goal was actually just to get 10 million people each to donate $5 and raise $50 million for the fight against cancer. This is a fantastic foundation. They are doing fantastic work, not only in the state of Utah now, but actually throughout the country. Their Five for the Fight program is showing up in other NBA cities as well. This is a company that not only knows how to do business, but also knows how to give back to the community. Now, just as a side note, Ryan Smith has been a Utah Jazz fan for a long time. You may have seen that recently he bought the majority ownership in the Utah Jazz, as well as the Vivint Smart Home Arena. Now, just to recap, the IPO for Qualtrics will take place this week. The expected share price is somewhere between $27 and $29. If it goes at $29, we're looking at just shy of $1.7 billion that they'll raise for the IPO. This is a company that is growing rapidly, 30+% growth rate, and it's a company that gives back to their community through Five for the Fight. I plan to get in on this as early as I can because I see the stock price for this increasing at a nice, steady pace and actually, hopefully, rapidly. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you already haven't, and until next time, enjoy your investing.